night, 20 December. The Green Bay Packers go to Chicago, Soldier Field, and they lose this game in overtime. Holy smokes. The Packers were winning this game quite a bit. Packers lose 22-16. And all I got to say is this was a tough loss. I think the better team lost this football game. The Packers were looking solid, clicking on all cylinders, and some way, somehow, just forgot how to play football in the last 3 minutes of this football game. So a bunch of things happen, of course. You lose Jordan Love due to a really dirty shot to the head. And then Jordan Love gets taken out of the game, gets checked for concussion protocol. You get Malik Willis in the football game, and he does really well. However, the things that really hurt this football team was the Brinson face masks. It was 3rd and 20 with 3 minutes left in the game. Packers up by 10. Brinson grabs the face mask. He kind of just brushes the face mask just a little bit, and that gives the Bears life. Bears got 15 yards and a first down at this moment. It's like, holy smokes, if they just didn't touch the freaking face mask, Packers probably could have won this football game in that moment. But then also, Romeo Doubs, although Romeo Doubs was the one player who had the most yards catching the football and a touchdown, 84 yards catching, and a Malik Willis thrown touchdown to Romeo Doubs, he just couldn't catch the football on the onside kick for some reason. Packers, and then also Josh Jacobs, he came into this football game, he was injured. He was on crutches this past Monday. Jacobs did look somewhat good, a little bit less of the amount of energy he usually has. But in the red zone, fumbles the football right before the Packers were supposed to freaking get a touchdown. And that cost the game also. So you can't really just pinpoint one thing that cost the Packers a football game. There was a multitude of things. The final throw to DJ Moore in overtime, there was some obvious holding going on that play. Quay Walker was held, and they didn't throw the flag. So whatever. This happened, whatever. Yeah, Keyshawn Nixon, he hit DJ Moore randomly in the first half. I don't know why. That was kind of weird. I mean, this was a well-fought game. The Bears win the football game. They need the Bears to win some football games to pay for their really expensive stadium they're trying to build. But it looks like the Bears have basically punched their ticket to the playoffs with this win. Now, the Packers, they are not quite in the playoffs just yet. They have to win, at least I think they have to win just one game, and they're in. Depending on what happens with a bunch of other games, we'll see what happens. Packers, though, all banged up, all kinds of injuries. You have no Zach Tom on the offensive line. So, of course, the protection wasn't completely there. They got to figure that stuff out. No Evan Williams on the defense, one of their top safeties. Packers had a bunch of opportunities to catch some interceptions in this game and didn't capitalize on it. They had some miscues. Keyshawn Nixon just let that one guy in the end zone free, wide open in the end zone. And of course, they didn't have, you don't have Micah Parsons to put that kind of pressure. This defense, I think the Packers can make the necessary adjustments moving forward. They got to go up against the Baltimore Ravens in Lambeau next week. I think it's another Saturday night football game. I don't know why so many Saturday night football games. Anyway, the Packers got to go up against the Ravens and beat the Ravens. And then also opportunity to beat the Vikings in Minnesota inside their dome. But this is a real heartbreak for sure. Packers had this game won for the most part. If they went for it on 4th down on the first drive, if they went for a field goal, maybe they win this football game. Who knows? But they had back-to-back field goals in the second quarter. Nobody scored in the first quarter. Bears retaliate with a field goal in the third quarter. Packers get a an impressive touchdown pass by Malik Willis. I think Malik Willis, he could have ran the ball himself a couple times and gotten another touchdown in this game. But of course, they try their best to keep these games close. It was definitely a nail biter for sure. The Packers, if they had just done a couple things right in the fourth quarter or final moments of this football game, the Packers could have easily won this football game. But holy smokes, make the adjustments. I want to see this Packers team keep a positive mindset moving forward. They just lost. They barely lost to a Bears team. Of course, the Bears didn't have two of their top receivers, yada, yada, yada. But Packers, stay positive moving forward, and I believe in the Packers. Jeff Hafley is a great coach. LaFleur just got to call the games a little bit better on offense, and this team can win football games deep into the playoffs and maybe make it to the Super Bowl. But that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe buttons, and go Pack Go all day.